Um, this whole this whole episode is gonna be NSFW as usual, but this one specifically, and probably trigger warning, maybe, probably. There was this person that she gets to her house at 9 p.m., right? And then there's like a note on her door, and the note is like she picks it up, and the first thing she notices is it just smells like someone sprayed it with like a bunch of cologne. Like, you know, I mean, it's like really easy to overdo cologne. So it's like if you ever smelled someone who had like a bunch on, you could smell them from like down the hall. And this is what like that paper smelled like. She picks it up, and it's like this letter from like this random dude. And on the top, it says like his height, it says like his ethnicity, it says a name, and it says like his size. And not only does it say that the size, it just says like 10-inch eggplant. That's all it said. On the top, I swear to God. It said like all those things, and then it just said 10-inch eggplant on the side, on the top corner. And then like the whole like letter, just written on like this notepad page, just talks about like how if she's ever down to like invite him over, and that he'll give her like the experience of like a lifetime type of thing. I'm not gonna read like the specific stuff. I'll credit the poster, but long story short, it's him posting or it's him saying like how he'll give her like the best experience ever. Then the dude, the girl like just immediately like tells the apartment complex, and then tells like the police right away. And they can't do much about it, but like the apartment complex like scans the note and like keeps track of it. And then the police like say that like for her to like call if anything else happens. And I think like, yeah. So like a few weeks after, this dude, when she got home, like a neighbor was smiling at her like kind of weird. Like he just like was being like awkward. And he like fit the description of the note. I don't know about the eggplant, but he like fit the description like kind of to a certain extent. He definitely like embellished it a little bit. And then yeah, then she just like tells the police about that guy, and then just like they can't do anything about it again until like she's dead. Like the police can't do anything unless you like die. It like it sucks. Like they can't do anything. Um yeah, it's dumb. I've had someone like stalk me before because I didn't want to read his screenplay, and he wanted me to like do, and he's probably gonna see this now. Fuck, but might as well finish. He didn't want me to or I didn't want to read his screenplay, and I told him that like um we just weren't interested in like producing it, and that he should probably get an agent because he just didn't seem professional, and he just like became my like stalker. Like I saw him. I probably shouldn't say where I saw him. I saw him like he like appeared in public like asking me questions while recording me and stuff, thinking I wouldn't recognize him, and I just didn't say anything. But the person I was with got scared that some random dude came up to us recording us. Um, well, it's like world's smallest bug right here. But yeah, the person I was with got scared and called the police, and they just like did not listen. They were like, "Okay, like, do you want us to send someone over?" Like, all right, that's all I did. At least in my city, that's how they are. I saw this other thing. This kid was 14, and He had like one of those phones with like the buttons, like the keypads. That's what I had. And he kept getting like anonymous calls on it. And back then when you get like an anonymous call, you just pick it up and you're like, "Hello?" Like these days, if you get a call from a number you don't know, even if it's not anonymous, if it says a number and it doesn't say like private, you just don't answer. It's just like that's what I've noticed. I know some people who like pick it up and they're like, "Hello?" But they're just curious. Like they're sussed out. They're just curious to see what's going to say. But back then you just pick it up cuz it's like it wasn't normal or as easy to just have everyone's contact. Like you could just pick it up and then the person's like, "Oh, this is this person from blah." And you're like, "Oh." But they keep getting this call like over and over and over. And they pick it up and it's just silence, right? And the person's like, "Hello? Hello?" And they just pick it up and it's just quiet, right? So they hang up. And then the person like an hour or two later calls again. They pick up and they're like, "Hello?" And then there's no answer. And then again. And they would call like over and over again throughout the day. And then to the point where they had mentioned it to their parents. And sorry, that was my phone. And then their dad was like, "Okay, I'll just answer the next one." It rings again because oh, that's what happened. Their dad had like he told his dad that he was calling. This person was calling at like nighttime, like 4 times, like throughout the night. And then the dad's like, "Okay, I'll pick up the next one." It rings at night. The dad picks up. He's like, "Hello?" Still nothing on the line. He hangs up and the number never calls again. Like ever after that. So whoever it was only interested in hearing like the 14-year-old's voice. And not only that, the person said that sometimes they like it was like once they stayed on the line, like they just left it open for like 10 minutes and the person just stayed on. But they stopped calling after the dad answered. Isn't that weird? And then lastly, I saw this other one. And this person worked at Target. I'm still learning how to censor these. They worked at Target. And they might get blocked just because I said that, and then I don't know. I don't know how it works. Um but they worked at like the customer service desk, and sometimes people would call and ask if like products were in stock, and they would just like tell them, or they would say like, "Do you have anything similar to this?" And like this person, like she would help them do it. This person calls and they're like, my my wife like is pregnant, and there's like this specific like gift list she like wish list she gave me, and I was wondering if you have this stuff in stock. And then she's like, "Yeah, I'll check." She checks what's in stock and like tells them. And then while she's like describing like what they have in stock, he's like, "Oh, like do you have kids?" Which is like a normal question, I guess. She's like, "No." But then it just gets more specific. He's like, "Oh, like would you want one?" And then she's like, "What the fuck?" And then he just gets like creepier and creepier, and I'm not going to get like super specific cuz it's just weird. But like he just gets so creepy to the point where he's asking like if she wants to have like a family with him. So she hangs up and doesn't tell anyone cuz she was like just like confused and like kind of scared. And then he calls again a different day and tries to do the same thing. And she hangs up and then she tells her manager. And then the manager gave her different hours, and um he calls a different time, and he describes exactly what she looks like to her on the phone. So at some point he had gone in the store and saw her, and then like decided to like call her and like described what she looked like to her, which is kind of dumb because she knows what she looks like. But I get like whatever. I get what he was trying to do. Not really, but it adds to the creepiness, I guess. I don't know. Um, but then they switch her department, her whole thing, and then that was the end of it. Um, it sucks how they couldn't just find who it was, but how would they? Like, it would be like almost impossible. But yeah, it's weird. Girls deal with a lot of shit. It sucks. There's like, I feel like maybe there's not more creepy guys than like normal guys, but the creepy guys definitely stick out. They do a good job. Yeah, that sucks. Get pepper spray or like a taser, and not like the low budget one from Target. Get like real pepper spray and like I think real tasers are illegal, but like real pepper spray. And it can only do so much though. There's only so much that I don't know. I wish that there wasn't creepy people. Hmm. Thanks for watching.